Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive with us.
Glad to be here.
So today we're going to be talking about mature dating.
All right.
And, you know, I think there's this kind of pervasive idea out there that like once you hit a certain age,
Yeah.
that's it. You know,
Right.
you've missed the boat on finding love and romance and all that. But
Yeah.
the research that we've got actually suggests that's not the case at all.
No, not at all. And it's really interesting because a lot of this is just like societal messaging.
Yeah.
We get told over and over again that youth is what's desirable and
Like life experience somehow makes you less appealing.
right, exactly. And it's like what
Right.
it's almost insulting.
Yeah.
When you think about it.
Totally.
You're bringing so much more to the table.
Yeah.
The research shows this too. There was a study by AARP that found that like 60% of singles over 45 actually feel more confident and self-assured
Wow.
when they're dating than they did when they were younger.
Huh. That's so interesting because I think, we tend to think of like, oh, the awkwardness of like first dates and all
Right.
that.
Yeah.
But like, maybe there's something to be said for like,
Yeah, you've been there. You've done that.
yeah, you know yourself better.
You know yourself better.
You've got your priorities straight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what you want, you know what you don't want, and you're not afraid to ask for it.
Yeah, that's huge.
Right.
Okay, so confidence is sexy no matter what age you are.
Absolutely.
But how do we get over this idea of baggage?
Mm-hmm.
It seems like
Oh, yeah.
anyone who's been divorced or had, a major life change is suddenly carrying all this baggage.
Right, right. And it's this label that I think is so harmful because it ignores the fact that those experiences often lead to some incredible growth.
Yeah.
Like if you think about someone who's been through a divorce, for example, they probably have a much clearer understanding of what they do and don't want.
Right. It's not baggage, it's wisdom.
Yes, exactly.
They've learned some lessons the hard way that, frankly, a lot of younger daters just haven't even had the chance to encounter yet.
And they're bringing that, that emotional intelligence, that experience to the table in a way that can be incredibly attractive.
So we're not starting over. We're starting from a different
Yes.
place.
A much stronger place, yeah.
Okay. I love that. And I'm trying to drink my own Kool-Aid here.
Sure.
Because I will admit, I sometimes fall into that trap of thinking,
Yeah.
oh, am I too old for this? Like
Yeah.
that ageism can be tough to shake.
Yeah.
Even when you know intellectually that it's not true.
It really can. And I think so much of it stems from, the media's obsession with youthful beauty.
Oh, yeah.
We're constantly shown images that equate attractiveness with a certain age range.
It's exhausting.
It is. It is. It's like all these wrinkle creams and,
Yeah,
anti-aging serums, like trying to convince us that looking younger is the key to happiness. When really, what's captivating, what's truly captivating is genuine confidence.
Yeah.
And the kind of self-assuredness that comes with experience.
Okay, so it's about how we're perceiving ourselves and then projecting that outward.
Exactly. And think about all the qualities that mature daters bring to the table. I mean, financial stability, emotional maturity, a strong sense of self.
Those are all super attractive qualities.
Incredibly attractive. And they often become even more pronounced with age.
Okay, so we've got the confidence, we've got the wisdom, we've got all this life experience.
Yes.
But how do we actually navigate the dating scene when it feels like, it's designed for a younger crowd?
It starts with recognizing your own worth, and rejecting those ageist narratives that society throws at us.
Yeah.
Remember, you're not starting over in the dating game. You're entering it with a whole new set of strengths and insights.
I love that. So instead of feeling like we're past our prime, we should be celebrating the fact that we are in our prime.
Absolutely. You've got this incredible foundation of experience to build upon.
Yeah, that's a great point. I'm already feeling more empowered just talking about it.
Good.
Okay, so we've tackled some of the big myths and stereotypes,
Yeah.
but I'm sure our listeners are like, okay, what's next?
Right.
How do we put all this awesome self-awareness into action?
That's a great question, and it's something that we're going to delve into much deeper in the next part of our deep dive.
Ooh, this is getting good.
We're going to explore practical strategies for navigating the mature dating scene, from online dating to setting healthy boundaries, and so much more.
Stay tuned, because in part 2, we're going to get tactical and equip you with the tools you need to approach dating with confidence and excitement.
It's going to be good.
All right, so we're back, and I am so ready to dig into like the actual how-to stuff.
Me too. Let's get practical.
Yes. So we've talked about all these strengths.
Yeah.
We've busted some myths.
Yeah.
We know that mature daters bring a lot to the table.
But how do we actually put that into practice?
When we're out there meeting
Wow.
people.
Well, I think it starts with being really intentional. Instead of just kind of hoping for the best,
Right.
you get to define what you're looking for and you actively seek out those qualities.
So no more settling,
No more settling.
just because you think your options are limited.
No, exactly. And there's research that backs that up too. The Gottman Institute, which is, famous for their research on relationships, they found that, couples who clearly articulate their needs and expectations
Get out.
from the start tend to have much higher levels of relationship satisfaction.
So it's about being on the same page from the get-go.
Yeah, being on the same page.
Okay, but what about the practical side of things? Like, I mean, the dating landscape has changed so much, even just in the last few years,
It really has, and online dating is a big one, It's a game changer for mature daters in a lot of ways. Platforms like Silver Singles or Our Time.
I've heard of those.
Yeah.
But I got to be honest, like, online dating still makes me feel a little
Yeah.
out of my depth.
I think that's understandable. It's new for a lot of people,
Right.
but remember, it's a tool.
Okay.
It's a way to expand your social circle,
Yep.
connect with people you might not otherwise meet, and it gives you the chance to be really upfront about, your values and what you're looking for.
Okay, so it takes some of the pressure off of, like,
Right.
those awkward first encounters.
Those first encounters, yeah.
But what about all the horror stories, you hear about online dating?
Right. Well, safety is paramount.
Yeah.
You always want to meet in public places for those first few dates.
Okay.
Let a friend know where you're going.
Huh.
Trust your gut instincts.
Oh, yeah.
If something feels off, don't hesitate to end the date.
Solid advice.
Yeah.
But even with all those precautions in place, I think there's still this fear of rejection
Yeah.
that holds people back, especially after a certain age.
Yeah. It's understandable. But here's the thing. As we get older, we tend to develop a thicker skin. We've faced challenges, we've overcome setbacks, and we've learned that our worth isn't defined by someone else's opinion.
So instead of seeing rejection as like a personal failure,
Right.
we can reframe it as like, okay, I'm one step closer
Exactly. One step closer to finding the right person.
to finding someone who really aligns
with you.
with you.
Okay, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
So let's say you do meet someone special.
Okay.
I imagine navigating relationships later in life comes with its own,
Oh, absolutely.
set of dynamics and challenges.
It might be blending families, dealing with, different financial situations, or even facing health challenges.
It feels like a whole other level of communication and empathy.
Open communication, a willingness to compromise, those things become even more important.
Yeah, because you're not just,
Right.
two young kids with no responsibilities. And those are qualities that are often honed through life experience, Mature daters tend to be more skilled at communication, conflict resolution, supporting their partners through thick and thin.
Okay, so it's not just about finding someone who makes you laugh.
Yeah.
It's about finding someone who can really be there for you in the long haul.
It's about building a partnership,
Yeah.
based on mutual respect, shared values, a deep understanding of each other's strengths and vulnerabilities.
This is all so insightful. I feel like we've covered so much ground already.
I know we have.
But before we wrap up, I want to kind of circle back to something you said earlier about like shared experiences.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's something that really sets mature relationships apart.
It does. Think about all the stories, the adventures, the perspectives that you bring to the table. You've got a lifetime of memories to share.
Right.
And those shared experiences can create a really unique and powerful bond.
It's like having a built-in best friend and travel buddy and confidante all rolled into one.
And let's not forget the joy of learning and growing together,
Yeah.
Mature couples often embrace new hobbies, explore different cultures.
Right.
They're constantly expanding their horizons.
So it's not about finding someone to grow old with. It's about finding someone to grow with.
Exactly. It's about embarking on a new chapter of life together,
Yeah.
filled with adventure and laughter and just a deep appreciation for each other's company.
This has been so eye-opening. I'm already feeling more hopeful and excited about the possibilities.
Like that.
But I'm sure our listeners are eager to hear your final thoughts
Okay.
on what it truly means to embrace mature dating.
That's a great lead-in to our final segment where we're going to distill everything we've discussed into key takeaways and leave you with a thought-provoking question to ponder.
Can't wait. Stay with us as we wrap up our deep dive into the world of mature dating. Okay, so we are back for the final part of our deep dive on mature dating. And honestly, I am like so energized after those first two segments.
Me too. I think it's so important to have these conversations.
It is. And you know, it's like my whole perspective has shifted. Like I went into this thinking one thing, and now I'm like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, there's a whole other side to this.
There is. There's a whole other side to it.
So as we kind of wrap things up, what are like the big takeaways
The big takeaways
that you want our listeners to walk away with?
I think the most important thing is to embrace your worth.
Yeah.
You know, recognize the incredible value that you bring to the table, your experiences, your wisdom, your resilience. These are assets, not liabilities.
It's like we were saying before, right? Like
Right.
all those experiences, good and bad,
Yeah.
have shaped us into the amazing
Exactly.
people we are.
They've made you who you are.
Yeah. And we have the power to define
Yes.
what we're looking for in a
Okay.
partner.
You don't have to settle.
No more settling.
No more settling for good enough.
We deserve to have it all.
You deserve it all.
But how do we know? You know, when we found that special,
Right.
because I imagine, you know, after a certain age, it's not always
Yeah.
about like the butterflies and
It's not about the fireworks.
the fireworks, right?
No, you're right. Mature love often runs deeper than that initial infatuation.
Okay.
It's about finding someone who truly sees you, appreciates you, and supports you unconditionally.
Someone who celebrates our past and embraces our future wrinkles and all.
Wrinkles and all, exactly. It's about finding a partner who complements your strengths, understands your vulnerabilities, and inspires you to grow.
I love that.
Yeah.
So it's like they add to our lives.
They add to your life.
Yeah.
And it takes time.
Okay.
You know, finding that connection, it takes time and effort.
So patience is key.
Patience is key.
Yeah.
Don't get discouraged if it doesn't happen right away.
Right. And you know, while we're being patient, we can be
Yes.
building that fulfilling life for ourselves.
Yes, exactly. Cultivate your passions, nurture your friendships, prioritize your well-being. The more content and confident you are in yourself, the more likely you are to attract a partner who aligns with your values.
So it's not just about finding love, it's about becoming
Yes.
the best versions of ourselves.
It's about embracing all that life has to offer, approaching each day with a sense of gratitude and possibility.
I love that this has been so inspiring, and I know our listeners are out there feeling empowered to take charge of their dating journeys.
Yeah.
But before we say goodbye, I want to leave everyone with a final thought to kind of ponder.
Okay, I like it.
What aspect of yourself honed through time and experience makes you an incredible partner? What unique qualities do you bring to the table?
That's such a powerful question. It really encourages us to reflect on our strengths, our values, and the unique contributions we can make.
Right, so as you go out there and embark on this next chapter,
Yeah.
remember to celebrate all the amazing things that make you you.
Your age is not a limitation. It's a testament to the incredible journey you've been on.
And your best love story is yet to be written.
That's it for our deep dive into the world of mature dating. We hope you enjoyed the conversation and gained some valuable insights.
Remember, love is ageless, and you deserve all the happiness in the world.